Internets, I'm Michael and this is Review Wars, where you get to vote for the best game in a category, and this time we are looking at racing games. So let's take a look at the nominations.
Hey folks, Chubby Meeple here. My name is Mark. No one knows who I am. Looking forward to my first time here on Review Wars. Glad to join Michael's channel for this. This is going to be a fun time. This week we're talking about racing games. What is the best racing game? Well, being the Chubby Meeple, I don't know a lot about racing. It's probably not a shock. I don't run a whole lot. I try to avoid it like it's the plague if I can. So when I'm talking about racing games, I'm not talking about foot racing or something to exert yourself like bicycle racing or anything like that. So today we're going to talk about a game where you get to be just kind of drug around the track. Sounds like my kind of racing. That game, Chariot Race, from Eagle Gryphon Games. Why is it the best game there is? Well, for a lot of reasons. First of all, two-piece, double-sided board. Switch them up, got some variability to the track. One side's got obstacles, one side's just a plain track. So some variability to the game. You've got these fantastic little cardboard chariot meeples here that are not really meeples, but they're fantastic. They're all detailed, different colors, up to 6 players. You've got these amazing wooden dice that allow you to change lanes, speed up and take damage, inflict damage by tossing javelins and caltrops at your opponent, so you can win the race, not by being the fastest, but by being the most nasty and the most aggressive, and that's a lot of fun too. So I definitely think you should check out Chariot Race. It's easy to get your hands on. Eagle Gryphon's got this in wide distribution right now. Just came out toward the end of 2016, so it's still fairly new, got a lot of new shine and finish to it, and in fact these little cardboard characters are going to be soon replaced with actual wooden meeples from the Kickstarter that they did. That's going to be fantastic, coming out here probably first quarter, maybe second quarter 2017. Check out Chariot Race. But for me, even all those reasons, the double-sided board, the variability of the tracks, the aggression and being able to attack your opponents and not just having to be fast, which is good because I'm the chubby guy again. I'm not fast, Chubby Meeple. I don't run very fast. But for me, number one reason, this is the best racing game. 2 words: Matt Leacock, Mr. Pandemic himself.
The best racing game is Snowtails from Renegade Games. This is the 2015 edition. I mean, just look at the cover. It's got these cute husky dogs on. How can you say no to that? You just can't. I mean, even then, you look inside the rulebook and it's this perfectly laid out, really clear and easy to understand, filled with diagrams explaining everything. Again, perfect. What else have we got? Well, look at all this racetrack. You can make these huge sprawling courses, or you can make short little courses. The game is filled with these double-sided track pieces that you can just combine in any number of combinations. And the rulebook even comes with a ton of suggestions on courses. So there's a huge amount of variety and replay value given in this game. Is that what makes it the best? No, it's not. Maybe it's the components. You have these lovely little sled pieces and these gorgeous wooden trees. I mean, that alone surely makes it the best racing game. But there is more. You see, what really makes this the best racing game is the mechanics. Because so many racing games out there are roll and move. Okay, they might disguise it a little and add a few bits in here and there. But no, it is roll and move. It is random. It is boring. This is so much better. There are no dice here. No dice whatsoever. What you have is cards, giving you a bit of randomness, which is important because that adds an element of excitement. You're not necessarily going to be able to do exactly what you want to do. But you're not limited. It's not roll the dice, that's what you can do. No, you have a hand full of cards and you get to choose how you use these cards. And it's not just how you use them. It's not just I pick one and I play that card. No, you can play up to 3 cards, but they do all have to be the same number. So this is a fantastic thing because the way your sled works is that you have 2 huskies pulling it. It's hugely thematic. As you play cards, these are huskies. You can play them to different size, and they're basically different strength huskies that will pull you different speeds. But not only does this control speed, this controls direction. So if you're pulling to one side, you'll go that side. If you're pulling to the other side, you'll go that side, which is fantastic. So it's basically movement becomes this incredibly strategic experience of you need to think, well, I'm coming up to a bend, so I need to control my speed a bit. How can I do that? And you can also put brakes on to slow down and balance. It is an absolutely phenomenal game, the best racing game there is, and you'd better agree with me. That's Snowtails from Renegade Games.
Hey guys, I'm Benjamin David from the Board Game Vault, home of the clear and concise 2-minute review. Now, a reviewer is only worth their weight in meeples if they know what they know what they don't know, and they make that clear to you, the viewer. For this video, I have not played that many racing games, so I'm not going to claim that this is the best racing game out there, because how would I know? But I am going to say this is definitely the best racing game I have ever played. It's an amazing game, and it's well worth being on your radar, and who knows, it still may be worth your vote. So, here it goes. Now, Roxley Games is obsessed with creating highly polished games with beautiful art and stunning design. They have done just that with this game. There are a ton of very high quality components which could not look more inviting. Superb! Roxley Games also strives for their heavier games to still be intuitive, which they definitely accomplish with Steampunk Rally. Using a unique dice placement mechanism, players take on the roles of famous inventors from the turn of the last century like Nikola Tesla and Marie Curie, constructing fantastical contraptions that make use of steam, heat, and electricity in an attempt to win a no-hold-barred race through the Swiss Alps. Players will simultaneously draft cards to build their machines or give them special actions, then play dice onto the cards to activate movement and other functions, finally spending cogs to help clean out the used dice so you can activate again. I could easily say more, but the production value, the intuitive and simultaneous play, and just the feeling of I have so many amazing actions to choose from every turn really make this a game that on its own is definitely a winner, and maybe it is here too. So I'm Benjamin David from the Board Game Vault, and this is Steampunk Rally.
Hello and welcome to Board Deck and Dice's opinion on the best racing game for Review Wars. I had to think quite long and hard about this one, but in the end, Jamaica, which I played over Christmas time with my family, has won out for me. Jamaica is a pirate racing game, and in Jamaica, the captain is rolling dice which will select how many of each action you take, because each pirate has cards that have two actions on them: a morning action relating to the dice of the morning and a night action relating to the night, the dice of the night. So if you get this one, you would take 6 food and put them in your hold, and 5 gunpowder and put them in your hold. When you're putting items in your hold, you cannot put items into a hold that already has items in. You must spread them out. So if you were only taking one gunpowder, you'd have to put it in a different hold, or if your holds were full, move something out that isn't gunpowder to put it in. But that doesn't really rear its head a lot, because during the course of the game you will be landing on the same squares as people and fighting using the fighting dice. In a fight you will put forward some amount of dynamite which we added to your attack value, so that's 4. You will roll the dice which goes 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and critical hit, which is an instant win. Then the defender will do the same. So if I'd rolled 14 total of my gunpowder, the defender will put out their gunpowder and roll the dice, and if they get less than me, they lose and I get to steal something from them, either cargo or treasure from one of the treasure cards. Or if they draw, nothing happens. If they win, they get to steal back from me. You need food and money to pay for the spaces you land on. These white squares represent how much food you pay. So should you get a card, which I can't find right now, with movement on, so should I have played this card, I would get 6 movement initially. So I'd move 6 spaces, say I landed here, I would get 4 food. So I would have to pay 4 food to land there. If I land on one of the ports, I instead pay the gold listed. Then I take my second movement and go 5, and again would have to pay. There are some spaces that are free, and they give you a treasure if you're the first person to land there. You take the treasure token off and you take a treasure card. These can be power-ups like this card, or they can be minus or positive scores. If they're scoring cards, you play them face down, and when someone beats you in battle, they can choose from one of your face down ones, which is a risk, or when you beat someone in battle, you can give them one of your minus treasures as punishment. The game ends when a player reaches back to the Port Royal space, and all the spaces from this point on are worth points if the game ends. Anything beyond that point is -5. So if you finish first, you get 15, and then depending on which space you land on, you'll get your points. You then total up your points of your treasures, the points of your coins, and take off any minus points from treasures. The powers you can do from the cards include picking up all of the types of cargo and also moving backwards. You can sometimes do some clever backwards moves. So say this treasure hadn't been taken here, I could move forward 1, 2. So if I was captain, when you're the captain, you decide where these dice go, which one goes on the morning, and I need to move back 3 to get that treasure. So say that I was the captain and I was here, I could say, well, I need the other one that moves forward, then back. There we go. I'm going to move forward 2, then I'm going to move back 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and then I pay the cost for this one, and I get the treasure for this one. Everyone then takes their 2 actions, and it's just a really fun racing game. And although there is diversions like fighting and like balancing your resources in your cargo, ultimately the winner gets a massive 15 points. So you've got to race, you've got to get round into these positive points to stand any chance of winning. And the fun of the game comes from this clever dice system of the captain getting to choose which actions, and everyone activates in order, so that treasure that you thought you might have got, someone else might nip in and get before you. Jamaica is a really, really fun racing game, and it is my pick for my favourite racing game because of its accessibility. It's not intimidating. The worst thing about it is that they decided to do the rules like a flipping treasure map, and who wants to read rules that are this big and look this complicated, even when they're really, really, really simple? And that's the worst thing I can say about Jamaica. Easy, accessible, low intimidation, easy rules to read, although not to use because of their size, and a heck of a lot of fun. So this is Board Deck and Dice's best racing game. Thanks for watching. See you next time.
So a huge thank you to our contributors for their nominations, which in summary we have Chariot Race, Snowtails, Steampunk and Jamaica. So do be sure to put your vote in the comments below, or upvote someone else's comment to have your say on what the Review Wars best racing game is. And do join us in around a week's time to find out who the winner was. Okay, I do hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you have, do check out the rest of the videos on the channel as well as subscribe to the channel and share it with your friends and family, and do also check out our contributors channels. And as always, thanks for watching, and bye for now.